Hi boys and girls, it's Mrs. J. Thanks for joining me this morning. So I hope you're in a nice quiet spot. I hope you're settled down. We're going to be working on our art project that we started last week. If you had a chance to do it, you should have your picture. If you haven't had a chance to do it yet, what I want you to do is you can watch this video to see where we're going to be going with our end project, but I want you to look back either in your emails. You can find the link for art activity, or you can go to YouTube and you can go to Mrs. J Room 210 and you can scroll down till you find the art activity. Now remember, our art activity is for a special project. Remember, there's a special day coming up on Sunday for your mother. Remember, it's Mother's Day. So I hope you have your project, and if you can, maybe sit quietly. You can watch the video. Try and make it a surprise if you can, but if you can't, you know what? Mom's gonna love it anyway, so it's okay. So I want to show you what I have for my project, and this is what I ended up coloring. So here's my little chameleon guy, and if you know anything about chameleons, you know that they change colors. And they're very fickle about that. So they might change, usually they change for camouflage, because they're scared or they're anxious or they're worried, or, maybe they're happy, maybe they're excited, but they do change colors. So that's why I changed my colors on my chameleon, and I did a nice pretty pattern there. I always think of the chameleon that's in the movie Tangled with Rapunzel, little Pascal. Oh, he's cute. He's one of my favorite characters ever. So this kind of reminded me of Pascal. So you're going to take your chameleon picture and somehow we're going to make it into a card. Now, I'm not sure what kind of paper you used for your chameleon in the first place. You maybe just used construction paper, maybe you had white paper, maybe you had notebook paper. So I'm not sure what you have your chameleon on. If you have different colored pieces of construction paper at your house, I don't know, you may or may not. I had a pack of construction paper that I found in the cupboard in the art cabinet. So what I would probably do is maybe put another piece of construction paper on the back of this and maybe do like a front and back. I can't really write on the back of my picture because I use marker, and you know what happens with marker, it goes through to the other side, right? So I probably will tape mine to the front and back and maybe put the message on the back. If you wanted to, you could leave it like this and make it like a little poster. You might be able to poke a hole at the top, and if you have a little piece of yarn or ribbon, you could dangle it and then it would spin and then Mom would be able to see both sides, which would be really cool. You could also fold it into a card. So if you wanted your chameleon to be on the inside with the message on the outside, you could do that. Or if you liked it better, maybe with the cute little chameleon face on the outside like this kind of peeking out, that might be kind of cute too. Then Mom could open it and see the whole chameleon that you drew. So decide what you want to do. You might even just, if you've got a really good marker that would go over crayon, you might have to use a Sharpie. You could write your little message right here on top or at the bottom of the picture if you have enough room. So decide how you want to write your message. I'm going to write the message for you so that you can copy it, and I'm going to teach you a couple tricks to fancy up your letters a little. So think about how you want to make your card, if you're going to make a card, if you're going to make a poster, and you're going to obviously start with Dear Mom. Okay? Okay, so Dear Mom. And we're going to play a little trick on words with the chameleon, because the chameleon changes colors a lot, right? Change, 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 change. So we're going to talk in our little phrase about something that doesn't change, and it is consistent and solid and forever. And the little phrase that we're going to write is, my love for you will never change, okay? Because it won't, okay? So, Dear Mom, my love for you will never change. Now, if you want to underline, because never is kind of like the funny little trick word, that's what makes it clever and cute for our saying, because we used our chameleon and we know chameleons change, but we're saying my love for you will never change. So that's kind of like a little play on words. So if you want to, you know, do a little bubble, if you want to write it in capital letters to emphasize it, you could put an exclamation point. You could do a little smiley face at the end, you know, kind of like a ha-ha, you know. So my love for you will never change. Not like a chameleon. And then you would put Happy Mother's Day. You can write I love you. You can write have a great day. Have a beautiful day. You're the best mom ever. You could add your own little thing to it and then sign your card at the bottom. Okay, but that's the phrase that I want you to use somewhere in your card, because that's why we picked a chameleon to go with that little phrase. So my love for you will never change. Now, to fancy up letters, a little teacher trick, a couple different things that you can do. You can put little dots or bubbles on each of your letters on the edges, usually where there's, I like to say kind of like the ends of sticks. See how the ends of the sticks are at the top of that O right there? So here's some ends of sticks. So this is a little teacher trick to fancy up letters. Okay, put little dots or balls at the end. The other thing you can do to fancy up letters is everywhere you see, oops, I could do the H on happy too. Where you see the sticks of the letters or the tops or bottoms of letters, you can do little slash marks. That's kind of cute. You can either make them straight or you can make them curved. So I'll do that up here. So I'm just going to make like little slash marks like this with my marker. Kind of gives it like a little calligraphy effect if you want to do that. You could mix it. You could do some of the slash marks. You could do some of the dots. You could also, if you wanted to shade, sometimes, let me see if I can find, to grab my markers. Okay. You could take a lighter color shade, and if you stick to one side of the letters, that kind of looks nice. So if you shade just a little line, draw a line down the right side of each of the letters. So not both sides. But if you just kind of do something on the right side of the letters, okay, that kind of fancies it up a little bit too. You could also write your message in bubble letters. You could do cursive letters. You guys are really good at that. I've seen you in school use all different kinds of fancy letters. So this will be your project. See if you can get it done before Sunday, okay? So try today, try tomorrow, put it in a really, really safe place. Use your cute little chameleon. And if you haven't had a chance to do your picture yet, you still have time. It only takes, 10 or 15 minutes maybe to follow along and draw the chameleon and color it. And then decide how you want to make your sign, if you want to make a card. If you only use crayon, you could write it on the back. Or like I said, if you wanted to, if you had a marker, make sure it writes over crayon if you colored blue sky. And you can put your message right on top of the project, okay? But I know your projects are going to be beautiful. Be extra, extra special nice to Mom. Make sure to wish her a happy Mother's Day. Tell her how much you love her, and be sure to thank her for all the work that she's doing with you at home to be a better learner, okay? Thank you. Have fun. Good luck.